next up, we're going to start with the workshops. And Ana Paula is going to do a workshop together with ACS, which is the Amsterdam Center for Sex Work and the Sexual Health Organization of Holland, GGD. I am going to do the Dominating 101, and that's going to be upstairs.
Ik sta hier naast Alejandra. Ze komt oorspronkelijk uit Mexico. Ze woont al een tijdje in Nederland en ze is een van de organisatoren van een workshop van deze conferentie. Kun je je daar wat meer over vertellen?
Yes, today we are having this conference in which we'll be presenting another point of view in relation to sex work, this time not from an outsider's point of view, but from within the community. And we will have two workshops. One, it will be in relation about how to play dominatrix. There will be lots of fun on that one. And the other one will be more like one-on-one, more informative.
Deze conferentie, workshop, is onderdeel van Queer Amsterdam. Vind je dat belangrijk dat het daar ook bij past?
Definitely. I think it is very important that the whole spectrum, the whole umbrella of the LGBTQI plus community come together and have a voice, but also from an intersectional point of view. That is, yes, we are LGBTQI plus, yes, we are political, yes, we are sex workers, yes, we are migrants, yes, we are people of color. So all the intersections matter. That's why this Queer Amsterdam Pride this
And to
year,
make yourself more visible.
to make ourselves more visible, yes, but you know, to really understand that as a human beings, we are not just the product of one identity, but we are the product of many identities that collide and that enrich this world, and they should be taken together as they are. For example, me, I am a trans woman, yes, I'm a writer, yes, but I am also a former sex worker. I had an experience using drugs. I am a migrant. I am a refugee, I am a woman of color, and I think all those things matter when it comes to showing my pride and also my life. And when people interact with me, when people interact with people like myself, all these things matter. That's why Queer Amsterdam matters.
Een verrijking, as we say. An enrichment.
And verrijken, yes, like you say, enrichment. I love it. I'm learning something new. And later we'll be showing a film, Mexican film, called Kenya. It's about the life of a Mexican activist, a trans woman, Kenia Cuevas.
Pues no sé qué habrá pasado, mana. Y yo escuché que me decía Paola desde el carro, Kenia, Kenia. El nombre lo gritaba con desesperación. ¿Qué habrá pasado en menos de medio minuto? No sé.
I first presented it at IDVA 2 years ago, and it's a very good window into looking at the life of trans women in Latin America, the access or lack of access to rights to work, and the relationship with sex work, with violence, and that is intrafamilial violence, but also from the state, and ultimately how coming together can help a trans person. I think for the public joining these talks, it will be very good for them to dissipate any ideas or cliches that they might have in relation to trans identities, to sex work, to migration, and also how to be better allies.
Aquí hay un tema muy delicado. Nosotros como defensores hemos luchado porque se nos reconociera y porque no se nos violentara por nuestra forma de ser. Y una forma de violentarla sería vestirla de hombre.
Algo tiene que salir. Padre, Hijo, del Espíritu Santo. Amén.
Aquí estamos los desterrados hijos de Eva, llorando y suspirando en este valle de lágrimas.
Agresor de Paola afirmó que la atacó por no decirle que era hombre.
¡Una ambulancia!
Ay, no la manden tan puta, tan vulgar, no la van a recibir ahí en el cielo.
No la van a recibir.
¿Cómo te digo? No la van a recibir.
Es una impotencia bien fuerte, mana. La muerte es lo único que tenemos seguro. Pero ¿qué tal ahorita, chula?
Relatief veel transvrouwen werken als sekswerker. Is dat een eigen keus of is dat ook een soort dwang of hebben ze geen andere keus?
It is the migrant communities and the racialized communities, the BIPOC communities, that resort to sex work as a way of making a living. And it really is, for the most part, is not a choice, but the only option available.
Also in the Netherlands?
Also in the Netherlands, you know, the unemployment rates for trans people in the Netherlands are also the lowest of any group, of any categories. So also in such a developed and rich country as the Netherlands, I think the trans community is still not on par when it comes to access to work, when it comes to access to a safe environment to work, because it's not just the opportunity to work, but also how will you be treated by your colleagues, how will you be treated by your boss, how if you're dealing with an audience, how they will treat you.
Do you have experience yourself with this subject?
I am 41 years old and I have done sex work since quite an early age. It's not something to be proud of, but I do have this experience.
You did it. Was it in Mexico or Netherlands or both?
It was in Mexico and in the U.S. You can also read about it, you know, in my book. And that's why, for me, it is important that when we talk about these topics, the information comes from within our community, not from either academics or people that might have an idea of what it is to do sex work, why people do it. Because there are many gray zones with sex work. It's not all fabulous and it's not all terrible. But I think it's important for the wider public to understand these nuances.
Also, during this Queer Amsterdam month, there is a sexwerkers festival at the Oude Kerksplein. Are you also involved with that?
Sadly, I won't be in Amsterdam that day. I'm sure it's going to be an amazing program because the whole team is people very much dedicated to this.
It's an open air festival.
It's going to be an open air festival, so really it's for everyone.
Ah, for everyone. And now it's more inside, it's more for the inner circle, let's say.
Today is more gezellig, more
Oh,
cozy.
gezellig also.
It's
Oh.
more cozy, yes.
I remember that you were in 23 on the Boekenbal. Hoe was het om daar te zijn?
I have to tell you, it was amazing. And there were so many writers. I felt like I was in some sort of writer's paradise. I was with my friends Simone Peck, the journalist, and Lieke Marsman, the poet. And they were taking me up and down the building, right? And I thought, oh my God, this feels very much like the Divine Comedy. I loved it.
Thank you, Alejandra, for being so open to us.
Hartelijk bedankt. Thank you.
Graag gedaan. Heel veel succes met je werk.
Dank u wel.
En komt er nog een nieuw boek?
Komende jaar in de lente komt een nieuw boek.
Kijk, we hebben een primeur.
tuned.
Hoe gaat het heten?
Hoe gaat het heten? Verlangen.
Verlangen.
Yes.
Verlangen naar wat?
Verlangen aan leven. Aan liefde te hebben. So it's going to be a story about both longing and desire, which is, I find verlangen is the most beautiful Dutch word. And so maybe
After gezellig.
after gezellig, yes.
Dankjewel.
Dank je wel.